Man dies after being hit, trapped under car in St. James. Investigators assigned to the St. James Traffic Division are probing the death of an unidentified man along the Long Bay Main Road on Monday. Reports from the Bardstown Police are that about 10:15 p.m., a man was driving a Honda Fit motor vehicle in a westerly direction along the roadway when another man ran out and sat on the roadway. The driver attempted to swerve but collided with him, resulting in the man being trapped under the vehicle. The police were alerted and the injured man was transported to hospital, where he later succumbed to his injuries. The investigation continues. Constituted Authority denies request to void election result in Holness constituency. The Constituted Authority has refused an application by People's National Party candidate Paul Buchanan to void the September 3rd poll result in St. Andrew West Central constituency. Jamaica Labour Party leader Dr. Andrew Holness was declared the winner in the seat following the election. Buchanan filed the application on September 16. The Constituted Authority noted that he relied on the grounds stipulated in Section 37E of the Election Petition Act that there is an upsurge in violence or any irregularities during the election day in one or more polling stations or polling divisions or in any electoral division or constituency, which would lead to a substantially distort or subversion of the proceeds of free and fair election. Buchanan submitted several affidavits in support of his request, but the Constituted Authority said after careful consideration of the affidavits and relevant case law, it found that the evidence presented did not satisfy the standards contemplated by the wording of Section 37E. Buchanan was reportedly informed of the Constituted Authority's decision on Tuesday. Holness tallied 7,054 votes to Buchanan's 4,953. The margin of victory stirred wide public discussion because the JLP leader was trailing Buchanan by close to 100 votes after 87 of the 105 ballot boxes were counted. The 18 outstanding ballot boxes were from polling stations located in Seaward Gardens Primary and Infant School, the Director of Election confirmed. JUTC officially launches Royal Express routes. The Jamaica Urban Transit Company JUTC officially launched its Royal Express routes yesterday morning. Commuters will continue to have access to express connection from Kingston to Old Charles, Montego Bay, Negril Mandeville, and Maypen. An express route to Port Antonio is slated to be launched soon. To celebrate the new premium routes, JUTC has implemented an introductory fare of $2,000 per trip for long-haul routes, while the Maypen service will cost $1,500 each trip. General Manager for the Halfway Tree Transport Center, Keith Blake, told reporters that though few passengers traveled on the express buses today, he believed that this will improve as time progresses. He said the comments from passengers have been good. He also lauded the effort of Transport Minister Darrell Valls and his team.
The latter started off this morning at 5:30. The bus to Montego Bay departed on time as scheduled. The one for Negril left at 6:15 on time as scheduled. Few passengers, as is, everything you do just to start off, you'll have it low. So a few passengers went on both units. And certainly they were pleased. They will be spreading the word because they thought or thinks that it is really a good initiative by JUTC to ensure that persons travel along that corridor and reach that destination, especially length. And the cost was what they were most pleased about. And they will get there in a few because they're taking the toll on the highways. So the overall assessment of what took place this morning was a great initiative by the JUTC and its management.
Careless online habits. The Cyber Incident Response Team, CIRT, has warned that careless online habits are putting scores of Jamaicans and businesses at serious risk as cybercrime mushrooms into $1 trillion global industry. Addressing a post-cabinet press briefing on Wednesday, the start of Cybersecurity Awareness Month, Lieutenant Colonel retired Sterling Director of CIRT, said while technology has rapidly advanced, the attitudes of many Jamaicans towards online security remains dangerously casual. He cautioned that everyday mistakes such as weak password, oversharing on social media, and insecure data storage are giving cybercriminals easy access to sensitive information. So, for the general public, the idea is to stop being a cyber delinquent, appreciate that you live in a digital environment, you're a digital citizen, whether you're a native or a tenant, and to ensure that those devices that you use are no longer the Nokia 3310s, stated Sterling. You carry your lives in your pockets, so if you have to use it, then lock it and take it with you. And for businesses, understand that data is your new currency and you must securely collect, store, and transit that data, but you must also get rid of it in a demonstrable and secure manner when you no longer uses it, added Sterling. He pointed out that many of the most serious breaches investigated by the CART were not the result of sophisticated attacks but rather basic mistakes. When we look at some of the most heinous breaches that we have responded to, it comes down to misconfiguration of permanent security system. What does this say to us? It's either that our systems were not set up properly, either through the use of persons not qualified to do it, or just cutting corners. But in the end, your data was at risk, and when we look at our personal system, it's how we approach the digital enabled world we live in, he explained. Highlighting the scale of challenges, Sterling noted that Jamaica sees just over 3 million daily internet connections, with more than 70% accessed via mobile devices. He added that more than half of these connections originated from single IP addresses, indicating that many individuals are using multiple devices to go online. He argued that these habits demonstrate how deeply Jamaicans are connected to the digital world, underscoring the need to be more cautious in how they navigate it. The CIRT director also highlighted the growing impact of smart devices, noting that the Internet of Things (LOT) is always listening to you, collecting and transiting data to build user profiles. The smart doorbell, the smart door lock, the smart speaker, the smart fridge, the smart washer. For these things to be smart, they always listen to you. So even though you're not giving it instruction, it is listening, it is digesting, it is transmitting so that it can build a profile and find an algorithm to better serve you. But where does the data go? Sterling also pointed to the influence of international conflicts on cybercrime, noting that hostile actors often target countries seen as soft or unprepared. Sterling warned increases like likelihood of spillover attacks on smaller nations such as Jamaica, especially as cybercrime now rivals the largest economies in the country. Beyond global threats, Sterling stressed that much of Jamaican vulnerability lies in the careless online behavior of ordinary citizens, oversharing on social media, reusing passwords, or using unsecured public Wi-Fi, he said, create easy entry points for criminals. The short answer is that we think it won't happen to us, and we don't take enough time to understand that technology we're trying to use and to understand the responsibility to those we're providing services to or whose data we're collecting in order to do that in a safe and secure manner, he expressed. However, Sterling said the greatest barrier to strengthening Jamaica's defense is the reluctance of victims to come forward. We must report it because us at CIRT cannot manage what we can't measure, and that low or no reporting is our biggest challenge to cybersecurity, he stated. Marking the 10th anniversary of the CIRT, Sterling said this year's activity will place emphasis on changing mindset across government, businesses, and individuals. The aim, he explained, is not just to raise awareness, but also to develop a sustainable pipeline of local professionals who can protect Jamaica's digital space. Government can do it alone. If, as individuals, we practice good habits and take them into businesses, then we will drive the change to have better policies, better system, and better ability to recognize when challenges occurred, stated Sterling. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.